This year was hard. We adapted. We started taking classes at home. It was strange at first, and then we started to see some positives. There was no one around to judge us if we fell out of a pose, skipped a pose, or skipped the whole damn class altogether.
Before, Safatia is a registered yoga teacher and a mom of 2, and she's a really long time practice. Yeah, so if your body doesn't look like Safatia's body, that is totally okay.
We are coming out of this pandemic realizing we don't necessarily want to go back to things as normal. We want to get back to the studio, but maybe we don't plan to do another chaturanga for the rest of our lives. Turns out, we kind of like practicing at home. We still can. Home yoga will be that place. We're building a non-judgmental yoga studio that cares less about your designer activewear and more about you making it to the mat. We will welcome you as you are, regardless of skin color, sexual preference, gender pronouns, weak wrists, sad about your breakup, happy about your breakup, decades-long practitioner, or brand new, slightly intimidated yogi. We have put our heart and soul into making this the yoga home we have been searching for, and we will work every day to show you it can be the same for you.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm a survivor of childhood abuse and neglect. In 2005, I was diagnosed with PTSD, and even though I knew about my PTSD diagnosis and had sought therapy, my symptoms never seemed to get any better. Until in 2015, I found yoga. And over time, this practice taught me all the things I hadn't been able to learn in therapy: to slow down when I was out of breath, to take stock of my body, to use kind language towards myself and my body, and overall to look inwards for the answer and make a choice, instead of staring out into the void, waiting for the answer to appear. Along with therapy, yoga helped and continues to help me heal. I became a yoga teacher in 2016 and then immediately endeavored to learn all the techniques my teachers used to keep me coming back to the mat practice after practice, choosing kindness, which I then learned to take off my mat and make choices through the lens of kindness towards myself and others all day, every day. We went home to be a space where we give back to the community in every single class. About 70% of any one room has been through some type of trauma. A third of those people develop PTSD. So if you're standing in a room with 10 people, look around. 7 of them have faced a trauma. 2 to 3 are dealing with PTSD. And by restoring the body-brain connection, by rewiring the way our brains approach triggers and restore choices, yoga can help. So we want to help. We know there isn't a studio like this out there, and we can't wait to build it by requiring trauma training for every teacher, hiring a diverse and dedicated staff, and supporting and upholding learning and growth for everybody. When you're at home, we've got you, and we hope when you leave, you'll pay it forward.
Hi, I'm Safatia. My daughter was diagnosed with autism when she was 2 years old. While I love her with my whole heart, this has also meant 9 years of constantly being on alert. What is happening to her? What could happen? How will she behave in public? How will others perceive her? Will any of this cause her harm? Perhaps you have been to a class one day where the teacher suggested we all play today, that we remember what it was like to be children. This statement assumes that every person in the room had an enjoyable childhood. Trauma-informed language is mindful that not everyone has had the same experiences. We're creating home using non-hierarchical language that doesn't rank any one experience or ability above another. We will use it to present the class in a welcoming way that reminds you that you are always empowered to make your own choices. That skipping a pose is actually a more advanced form of yoga because it means you are listening to your body. You are your own best teacher. We will always acknowledge this. It is important to both of us as women, and for me as a woman of color, to make sure that every person who walks in the room sees themselves represented. We would never want anyone to feel othered, to feel alone. We will diligently work to make sure our community represents the diversity of the city in which we live. We have heard too many times that yoga can be intimidating, not for the physical aspect, but for the environment in which it is practiced. It is personally important to me that we break down those walls and create a space that is welcoming to all, with a focus on those in the BIPOC and LGBTQ+ communities.
I'm beginning to notice other ambient sounds. Sounds of our breath, sounds of our home. And coming back into the moment with them.
Welcome home.